What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? And we are back in action. Yes, we are. The market is finally cooperating, at least for today. So before we get started, remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Yes, the subscribe button. Just hit it. Get more videos like this about everything stock market. Now, being said, today, quite interesting day. It looks like the bonds finally held. I know there was rumor about the Japanese actually buying the bonds, and this is why we gapped up overnight and continue to run today. But being said, the whole market in general, stimulus was supposed to be officially signed today. I believe it was supposed to be signed. But it's been delayed until tomorrow. I believe that is why we got the sell-off towards the end of the day. I'm actually recording this at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. But being said, the market is looking strong. The market is broke trends and looks like we are starting to pursue back up. And let's just say Tesla had a monster day. Not saying that it's going to stop. But we'll pull up the charts and get right into it today. The market in general, as talked about, we pushed up overnight and we popped over and continue to on our pursuit today. Again, last minute. I'm not sure. I know there was news that the stimulus would be pushed to be signed till tomorrow. Everything looks good. They're just pushing it, delaying it. But nonetheless, I think that's why we got the sell-off towards the end of the day. We are starting to push back up, which is a good sign. But TLT, like I said, we had this nice gap up overnight. Everybody is panicking, and I was talking about normalization. This was holding here for a long time. Markets finally digested it. Markets finally okay with it, and we started pushing up. Now, as long as we don't make any dramatic changes here, I think we should be perfectly fine. But another good thing to point out here is the dollar is starting to sell off. It's a good sign for the market to start pushing up. It was getting quite high. So being said, I think that's also what contributed to today's run. QQQ looked phenomenal. It was back in the zone last night. We got the solid bull box we had from the previous climb back from since the pandemic. So we had this massive bull box down here, and it looks like that's all it took. It tagged it twice, and then we've pushed back up. We're back over the 200, which is great to see. We do have a little bit of resistance, but it looks like we are primed and ready to run for the week. Tesla, phenomenal day. This stock is just absolutely absurd. It's gone up like close to 20%. Oops. Wrong one, sorry. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, 22%, 24% in the after hours. So that was one heck of a move yesterday. I must say, Kathy Woods is getting all that getting a bunch of hate mail, but I tell you what, she played it right. And tech looks like it's bouncing back strong. And it was good to see Tesla take the lead. Apple followed a little bit. It is lagging a little bit. I did take an Apple leap today as well on the small pullback we had, but I think Apple is going to be next. I think tomorrow will be Apple's day, and we'll run. Tesla, on the other hand, I do really like it. If it pulls back any, I will try to get another contract on this. I did scalp this today. They came out of the gate. It struggled a little bit. There was a big battle here. It really wanted to sell, but buyers just kept coming in. This 1 hour was really rough, but I rode this. I scalped a little bit of this, but I missed a good chunk of it on the scalp. Nonetheless, it's just good to see. It's good to see we're starting to push back up. Airbnb kind of flat today. Maybe it's this 200. I'm still watching this. I still like this play. I want to see where it is tomorrow. But nonetheless, this 200 is really holding it down. It is consolidating here, so if it does bounce between the zones, that's definitely a good thing. I'll definitely try to get a longer leap if it does decide to bounce around here for a little bit. Apple, like I said today, it started to rip up, had a nice little rip. I took it here once it tagged the bottom of the zone. I took it and it's since I'm in a leap for Apple. I will continue to ride that out for the next couple months because I think Apple is really going to push. Tech is going to make a comeback like nobody has ever seen. Square, I put in an order on this one, but then I pulled it off last minute. It is climbing back, but slowly. Facebook has just been kind of rattling around, playing zone. EXPI, I was watching this one today. What I didn't actually notice was that they have earnings here coming up, so I'm actually going to stay away from this. The reason I was looking at it because it had a nice support here. But being said, ultimately, I really like this play. It was looking good. But I want to look after it after earnings ultimately. Again, we'll see how that one plays out. BYND, it's consolidating a lot. I'm trying to figure out where the new base is with, with BYND. The 110 mark was my favorite base, but there's been a lot of positive news about this. Although they didn't do well on earnings, they still got a lot of good potential here. So we might actually be basing the 130 mark might be the new base. It's hard to tell. To be safe, 128 I think would be the best entry for that one. Spot is a lagger here. Spot actually might be fantastic if tech starts really running to grab this for a nice rip back up. There's a lot of potential for Spot. Spot is also a great company, highly liked by ARK Invest. Just saying. Etsy, not my favorite play right now. I'm trying to look. Value stocks really took a hit today. So you could tell that there was definitely a rotation going on there. But Disney sold off along with a lot of the others. Airlines was selling off today. I didn't check out when, but I know a lot of value was getting hit hard today. You still in this one. All my positions are pretty much back in the green. There's a couple that are a little bit lagging, but most of my positions are all back in the green. Pelletier, I love this one. Hopefully this one actually gaps up. We're trying to, I think as soon as we get back over this 200 moving average, Pelletier is really going to start flying again. Again, great potential. This is I love this stock, to say the least, out of AI. So it looks like it wants to push after hours, so we'll see what happens there. And NDM has actually really been ripping today, pushing back up. This is one I've been in. I did average down on this one when it did hit the $7 mark. And one of I got this in two separate accounts. So NDM is one of them I do like for a comeback in 3D printing space. They do have earnings, which I'm not too excited about. Hopefully they do well, but we'll be holding through that and through the next couple months. Fastly, slowly pushing back up, which is good to see. This could be a great one to get back into as well. It does break the 200. I'll be looking at something I want to get in. Now X Imaging, it's holding well for the most part here. Could be good potential here as well. We'll have to see. High side, I haven't really been looking at pennies too much. A lot of them are kind of flat. I think they're waiting for the market to catch up, and then from that point forward, then we'll start seeing some pennies start moving again. Planet 13 still in this one. Ready for this one to rock. This one's, I think, is going to have a great year. With the stimulus, talking about the stimulus, once the stimulus package goes through, then we're going to start talking about the changes in architecture. So you might get that tax credit for EVs and stuff. So the whole energy space will start moving at that point. So that will be interesting to see. So get ready for that time, because that is also coming soon. The Very Good Butcher, I'm also in this one, still holding this one, writing this one out for the next couple months. Evogen could be a good potential here. Actually, something I want to watch tomorrow. If we can definitely break over this 200. I know I've played this a couple different times. I was upset when I was down at 4 before that I didn't take it, but we're definitely going to be watching Evogen again here today or tomorrow. Sorry, excuse me. ERNT. Sorry. This one I'm still in. I have Leaps in this one. It's looking good. Back in the game in Leaps in this one. Looking for the 5G play on this one. We'll see how she does this year. So that's a longer term play. Stash in a corner. I'm not going to look at it till we get a little bit higher. Again, not looking at really penny stocks. Riots still having some issues with the blockchain space. Let me see here. MP is actually one I do like. It's consolidating really nicely here. That being said, tomorrow, if this is still sitting here tomorrow, I definitely want to try to get some leaps in this tomorrow, if not shares. I want to see how this plays out tomorrow. I think my primary focus is going to be on Apple and on Tesla. I think they're going to be leading the charge in tech. And then everything else after that is essentially once those plays die out, then I'll start looking at some of these plays. Again, I'm pretty spread wide. I did buy a lot on the way down. And so everything is waiting for all that stuff to catch up. Once it does, I'll be moving some positions around. Let's see here. TSIA. Again, all my positions are good positions that I do like and do enjoy. Sorry, there's some random ones that it really doesn't matter at this point. Enphase, I think, will be a great one. This might rattle if it does by chance come back down here into the zone, which we're not completely out of, we're not completely in the safe zone, right? We still got a little bit more pushing to do before we can be considered back in the bull market, but a good energy play here. Enphase. Want to continue watching this. If I can get another 2 weeks, perhaps get out of some other positions. I want to grab more Enphase and move on from that point. STPK, I am in this one. I got in at 25, so hopefully we can break tomorrow and continue up with that. Again, it's just kind of in commons in this one. Nothing big. Let's see here. NIO also moving very nicely with EV space. Lucid, not a fan of Lucid. If that's your thing, do your thing. Bluebird still pushing hard. NGA, yeah, a lot of these ones are just starting. NGA is actually starting to break out after hours. Let's see, Walmart is still taking hits. Although Walmart kind of got pumped along with the whole pandemic thing, so that might be why these big moves. Walmart could be considered growth stock, especially if they get something like TikTok or something similar to that. You could start seeing this thing run again, but right now value stocks are getting hit. The rotation's coming out. Snow is still actually lagging. It hit the base here, which was interesting to see. So we'll have to see how that one plays out, but it is lagging. Although I'm not a huge fan of Snow because it's just the way it moves. It psychs you out a lot, but nonetheless, Snow still could be good if you're going for commons or leaps. Lemonade is under 100, which is very interesting. So Lemonade could be one you can get into as well. I'm waiting for it to die out a little bit more. If that happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not really bothered by it. Snap. It hasn't quite snapped back as quick as it normally does. I've been looking at leaps for these. So every time Snap does have dramatic sell-offs, which seems to be happening quite a bit, I normally try to grab the tips of them because they always have these big pullbacks, these big rips back up. So Bango actually looks good. If it does break this 200, which it looks like it's doing after hours, this would be a good one for a couple dollar run for tomorrow. So I do like that one. I might actually look about taking a position on this before tomorrow, but we'll have to see about that. Microsoft. I'm not a huge fan of Microsoft. NVIDIA pushing back. They got the dividends today. I think there was news about chips coming out today. So NVIDIA is actually pushing back from that, which could be a good one, actually. You got a lot of headroom there, so that's a good one to possibly keep in mind. BA did sell off, but popped right back up today, and it looks like it's got another bull flag. I don't play BA, but it does look like a good potential, especially if it could break this 234 mark. Definitely got some room to run. Amazon. Amazon I think there's better tickers at the moment, especially in recovery space. ZM. ZM could be another one. Looks like we had a good day, especially overnight session. Had a nice movement. Let's see here. Win's held up pretty good even after everything. So is CCL. It looks like we had quite a sell-off the other day, but we're still rocking pretty solid with that one. Z hit a good base. I thought I had an alert on this guy. It must have went off, but as always, it was in the morning, so it could be a million different alerts going off, and I missed it. It's more likely what happened. Airlines are still holding. SAVA, this is when I had a small commons position. I was actually up in the green today. I did sell this one to liquidate and look for other positions, especially going into tomorrow with tech booming. We are going to find some tech tomorrow. Let's see, Baidu. No. This is news on COVID. They have some COVID tests that came out. They got approved or something that can determine that you have COVID or something. Some fast pace or something like that. I don't know exactly what the news was on this, but that's what caused this push today out the gate. GME pushing up. AMC pushed up a lot after hours. WWE is selling off. TAP pullback. Let's see. I mean, there's a lot of different things. You have these MJ space as well. They might start making a comeback as well following tech boom. Definitely, I have to see how that plays out. Targets pulling back. So yeah, really tomorrow is. Really tomorrow is tech. Again, I think it's the big beta stocks. Those are my favorite to trade. Tesla, Apple, Facebook, Square, Spot. Those ones, I think Planter, NNDM, all those are going to really run tomorrow. I think they've been held down long enough. And I think today was just a taste of what's coming to tomorrow. Again, QQQ looks good. Everything looks good. There's some value stocks that took a hit today. I wouldn't be surprised if that continues on. Though we don't want to see all value just die off. We do want some value to still hold there. So we aren't considered in that tech bubble, and that it's just a big market bull run for the next couple months, and then reevaluate from that point. So remember to manage risk and take it easy. Focus on just a couple. You don't have to be spread out across all different kinds of stocks. Just pick your primaries and go to town. Be safe. And until next time, guys, I will see you guys later.